coming. Welcome to the future of Colorado football.
Yo, what's poppin', people? Your boy Snacks is back in the building with another banger, and you know how we do. Before we get this thing started, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to leave your comments down in the comment section as we make our way to 15K. We doing the thing, and I appreciate everybody for watching, and we are back again with some more trash. Mr. Rico, who think he knows everything, apparently knows nothing. I'm going to let him get it started, and then I'll finish. Check this out.
Hey YouTube, Rico Knows here. Good morning, first and foremost. I was sent this chart and people wanted to know, hey Rico, is this factual? Is this true? According to, this college football NIL rankings that are all over Twitter, Shedeur Sanders made $4.7 million, or he's making that now, and Arch Manning at 2.8, and they have all these numbers. Is the backup quarterback really making more than the starting quarterback? And shout out to all the millionaires and all the kids and everything. And the first thing I want to tell you guys is, so these players are making money. There is no doubt in my mind. Everybody's making money to some extent, but this is all according to On3 NIL right here. You see it, On3 NIL. And before all you guys jump in the comments and start reacting, you don't know what you're talking about, everybody just slow down and just listen, because you're about to learn something today. These numbers are made up. They're nonsense. They're not public figures. They don't know what they're talking about, and On3 admits it. And On3 will tell you this nonsense. So if we
talk about it, let's really talk about what he just said. Do those kids make that kind of money? Yes, most of them do. And how is the backup quarterback, how is Arch Manning making more money in NIL evaluation than Quentin Ewart? Because his last name is Manning, and he came in this situation with a bigger name and a bigger following, and that's how you make money with the NIL. Are you a star player? Do you have the subscriber base, the user base, the followers to make that kind of money? And yes, most of those people do. They have big followings, and that's what matters most, more than anything, is that you have a major following. So let's listen to some more Rico and get back into it.
You go to On3, and as you start scrolling down, there's this column here. It's called NIL value. And as you scroll, you will see KJ Jefferson, $479K. Oh my God, he made $500,000. Keep going. Julian saying, oh yeah, he's making chips. No, all this is the projected worth based upon the collective NIL amount made across the country. And we'll get into it, okay? So imagine there's a big pie or a big pot of money for all college football players in NIL's calculations. There's a huge pie, and then they just calculate how much of that pie is per capita, like earned by a particular player. That's it. It's a valuation. It's nonsense. So when you look at these numbers, it'll just be a random dude, Chubba Purdy, going from Nebraska. Did Nevada pay $63,000 to Chubba Purdy? Probably not. This is what they're saying he's worth. Did Western Kentucky pay $83K, $91K for Austin Mack to Alabama? Like, they just have these numbers here for projected value, if you will. None of it means anything in reality. So if it doesn't mean anything down here on random players, you can't magically think it means something for the top of the list. Now, there's NIL.
Now, let's get an understanding of what the NIL is. It's an evaluation. It's not an accurate number. It's not a precise number. And the idiotic thing he said, they take it from a collective around the country. They put the money in one big old pot and they split it up. Nobody knows how much each collective has in their own pot. That's their people. That's their money. They don't have to report that. They don't have to tell you what they have. And Shedeur probably makes more than that 4.3 with all those endorsements he has. So why would you think? What gave you the idea that it's just one big pot of money, one big pool of money that they just throw and then they split it up?
Rankings here, and all they did for that graphic was they just skipped Bronny James and Livy Dunn and, Angel Reese and anybody else who's not a football player, and they just made the list of nothing but football players. Cool. But if you ever go to About NIL Valuations, and I've read this in depth, if you go to About NIL, look at this page, bro. It goes on for a while to explain how they came up with NIL valuations. What you need to understand is, if you need to explain it for this long, it ain't true. And when you start looking at it, it says a proprietary algorithm, meaning it's theirs. They own this algorithm. No one else owns it. It's theirs. It is projected 12-month growth rate for an athlete measuring two categories: roster value, and NIL. I thought this was about NIL and the money the players make. No. It's about something called roster value and NIL. So now the algorithm calculates the athlete's NIL or roster value and NIL by using dynamic data points. Do you guys understand dynamic means it can change? Okay. And then we're looking at performance, influence, exposure, and deal data. Now, the only one on here that should impact your NIL rating is deal data. If you found out how much money I'm making, go fix your numbers. If you found out I got $1 million NIL deal, fix your numbers. But everything else is so subjective, and this one boggles the mind. Performance. Do you know what that implies? If you play good this week, we'll raise how much you earned in NIL. Well, if you play good in 2 weeks in a row, you earn more. You don't have to sign a single contract. You didn't make any money. We're just going to raise the price. I've talked to players. I talk to college players every single day. I've talked to players who tell me, Rico, NIL got me at $300K, but coach ain't paying me nothing. NIL got me at $70K, coach ain't paying me nothing. It's exactly what they tell me. I said, all right, well, don't go to the websites. They're just nonsense. They're just making up numbers. It is a bullshit algorithm. You can go in here. We calculate NIL valuation, calculates the optimized NIL opportunity for athletes relative to the overall NIL market. There it is.
I think this guy just makes videos to make videos. Yes, On3 doesn't know what they're talking about, and he made a 30-minute video on this, and some of the stuff he said towards the middle and the end makes a little sense, because On3 is talking about they've been doing NIL stuff for 27 years, which is a lie because NIL ain't been around that long. But in the beginning, when we started this last phase of what he was talking about, when he went to talking about Livy Dunn and Angel Reese and these people not making that kind of money, Angel Reese is the prime example of somebody that's making that kind of money. She doesn't even want to. She's making more money now than she'll make when she gets to the WNBA, and she's still in college. So tell me her NIL evaluation is wrong. A lot of these players make money. Why did the guy that was doing all that betting in LSU have over $500,000 in his bank account if his NIL evaluation was wrong? No, these evaluations are right. Some of them, especially for the top players. These top people, Bronny, Shedeur, Travis, Quinn Ewers, freaking Peyton's nephew, these people make a lot of money. Shedeur has, do you know how many endorsements Shedeur has? Mercedes and Gatorade and all these other places. Man, please. These kids are making money hand over fist by the boatload. Rico don't know what the hell he's talking about in most instances. I wish he would just stick to evaluating players because he's really, really good at that. He gives you in-depth information and he knows what he's talking about. But all this off-the-wall stuff, going at Prime, going at Shedeur like this, leave that stuff alone, man. Stay in your niche. Stay out of the other stuff. Let us regular YouTubers handle that. You stay in your lane. Don't come over here. But anyway, man, y'all know what it is. Rico don't know shit. We gonna get out of here. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments down in the comment section because I know y'all talking crap again about this man. I'm out. Peace. Coach Prime.
Thank you. God bless you all, man. Be safe.